Alright, what's up, stands? Number one stand here. We have a special video today. Actually, it's one I was, working and configuring for a little bit, and it's one, anyone saw the New Year Part 2 video, this will make sense. Every week I want to do a special video on non-LP or VOD video, and this is the first one of the year. I guess technically the third one. You count the New Year's videos, but I'm not counting those ones. But yeah, so today we are going to do a top 10 list of my favorite new Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, along with top 5 Paradox Pokemon. So let's get into it, starting with number 10. Good old Palmat. Now, unfortunately, when I was getting these videos or these pictures and stuff together, some of the Pokemon don't have like the same pictures on the internet as the other ones. Palmat didn't even have any. That was by himself. That was not fan made. And, on the Pokédex, if you don't own the Pokemon, you can't view it by itself. It's kind of weird, but, whatever. But yeah, Palmat. Final evolution of the Palmy line. Electric fighting. The reason why Palmat made it on this list, one, because, it was on my team, on my stream in first playthrough, and it's an amazing Pokemon. Amazing stats, fast, high physical attacker. Plus, it's got a couple awesome moves. Revival Blessing, which is insane, and definitely probably banned at this point in competitive, where you just get to revive one of your Pokemon for free. Boom. In battle. So it's basically 7 against 6. And then Double Shock, which if you Terra type and become Electric type and you Double Shock, you now are typeless. So you have no weakness. Also just incredible. It's basically fucking, I called it Swolchew on mine because he's basically like Pikachu. Just swole up. Okay, and then next we have number 9. Flamingo. Now, I like flamingos, I've never seen a flamingo in real life that I can recall. I don't think they live in Minnesota. But the fact that it took Game Freak / Nintendo / just Pokemon in general 9 generations. I almost said 9 years, but 9 generations, like 20 years down the line, for us to get a Flamingo Pokemon. And then it doesn't even evolve. Like, come on, Game Freak. But, it's a good Pokemon. It's, fighting flying or flying fighting, so it's basically like Hawlucha. Gets Scrappy as one of its abilities, so it can hit ghost types with its fighting moves. And overall, it's just very fast, very high attacker and stuff, which a lot of good moves. Close combat, I think it gets Brave Bird, just a powerhouse. Who needs an evolution when you are a powerful Flamingo? Next, number 8, we have good old Annihilate. Annihilate had to make it on the list because it's Primeape, but imagine you get so angry you die and then come back to life. That's how angry you get. Like, you're so angry, you're like, and you die. But you're so angry in the afterlife, you're like, nah, fuck that, I'm coming back. That's what happened. Primeape so angry, died, came back out of anger. It's just, I like that because, Primeape, has the bands on its wrist and its legs, and I like that Annihilate the one on its arm is broken, and the other one just is gone. Probably because it like hulked up and got so angry it broke some of them. You know, but ghost fighting, pretty good type. Pretty good type. Very, very fast. Very high physical attack. Wow, I really like physical attackers. I just realized. And very fast Pokemon. I mean, if you're fast, you can hit first and you can win faster. You know, but yeah. Also Rage Fist. It's just the more times you've been hit, the more damage it does, and it's already like pretty good power to start. Like, jeez, and it gets like close combat. Also, this is the third fighting type I just realized in a row on this list. Huh. But yeah, that was Flutter's. I haven't heard input. You like Annihilate too? I'll take your cuteness as a yes. Alright, next. Number 7. We have good old... it's actually a tie. It was actually a tie. Armor Rouge on the left and Cinderace on the... Or that's not right. Why did I say Cinderace? That's definitely not right. I'm dumb. Wow, man, I am dumb. It's very close to Cinder something. Cinderace is the rabbit Pokemon from Sword and Shield. It's the fire starter. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh. Rouge. I'm so dumb. I knew that was right, or I knew that was not right as soon as I said it. But yeah, Armor Rouge on the left, Rouge on the right. Both incredible Pokemon. They both evolved from Charcadet, and they're basically version exclusives. Obviously, the one that's more reddish colored is Scarlet, and the one that's more violet colored is from Violet. But both amazing Pokemon. Armor Rouge, Fire Psychic, so you know, kind of been used a few times at this point, and Rouge, Fire Ghost, also been used a couple times, but just, you know, both incredible. Armor Rouge is more of a special attacker. When my Charcadet evolved into Armor Rouge on my second playthrough, it special attack fucking skyrocketed. I'm like, god damn, who are you? Because I almost gave up on Charcadet. I was like, man, I better just evolve this thing ASAP. And I'm glad I did, because goddamn. And Rouge is a more physical attacker. And slightly faster, I believe. But yeah, both great. I love, like, split evolutions like this. You know, I wish I had more. Game Freak should have more split evolutions like this. And next we have number 6. Good old Tinkaton. I love hammers. If anybody's seen me play like Dark Souls series like Elden Ring, or most notably Bloodborne, the weapon I used on there was just the oh man, I can't remember. It's the hammer, the big hammer. I know, Kirk Hammer. Duh, it's got hammer in the name. But yeah, using a hammer as a weapon is just great. So when I saw Tinky Tink with a cute little bottle, and just the name is so cute, Tinky Tink, Tink Tink, and then it just gets like a bigger and bigger hammer, and then now it's this massive hammer. It's great. I love it. Like the hammer itself is like twice the size of the Pokemon, it's so cute. She just looks so happy. And also, I believe the Tinky Tink line can only be female. So I mean that's pretty cool. Just a badass girl wielding a badass hammer. You know, it's great. And then a unique move, Gigaton Smash. It's like the strongest steel type move in the game. It's like 160 base power. And Tinky Tink is part steel, so good stab. The only downside is you can't use it 2 turns in a row, but it just destroys shit with it. Like, even in game and competitive, just like if you're choice banded or something like that, or life orb, just boom, just just squish. If it doesn't resist it, squish. My goodness, I love Tinky Tink. It's honestly adorable, and part of me is sad I didn't use it on my first team, but on my second playthrough I did. I mean, I was using it for a bit, but then just trying to juggle all the new Pokemon, and I already went with my fairy type already, who is obviously on the list. And next we have at number 5, the cute little Smoliv. Aww. I wanted to go. I was gonna put Arboliva. But honestly, Smoliv is just so cute. Like, and it became a badass with multiple olives. It's just like, how can something so cute and so scared just grow up to be just monstrous and just annihilates everything? Again, it's slow because it's an olive. They can't look at them tiny itty bitty little legs. You think that thing can move very fast? But very high special attacker once it's fully evolved. Grass normal, kind of unique typing, I think. A lot of grass types are either pure grass or they're like grass poison. It's like the most common. So grass normal is, pretty interesting. Kind of adds like a weird fighting weakness, but it's got a ghost immunity. And then it's, since it's not part poison, it, resists ground, which is great compared to like a bunch of other grass types. But yeah, it's just, and Seed Sower, whatever, as an ability, just can be very tanky. I mean, the one I'm using is pretty tanky. And also very high special defense. So very high special attack and special defense. Pretty great Pokemon. Honestly, what I should do on mine is got an Assault Vest. Well, no, then I couldn't use Leech Seed. I think it's pretty good variety moves. I made mine kind of a tank, so I had like Giga Drain and Leech Seed, and then the Seed Sower, and it had leftovers. So I was getting healed a bunch, pretty much every turn. But maybe I should try an Assault Vest one. Then we have number 4. The good old Dashbuns. This is the fairy that I used on my first playthrough. Because, Fido Dashbuns, like, come on. I love the names. Like, Game Freak always has top tier puns for their names, for their Pokemon. And Fido, I almost keep calling it Play-Doh. Fido, as in, like, dough, like bread, and Dash Buns is just great. It just, let's look at the good dog. And it's just, and it worked out. Mine was female, so of course named after the prettiest girl that you can't see on camera right now because I don't have my camera on. Haha, because it's focused on Pokemon. But the ability, well-baked body, just lovely ability. I just noticed its paws are like fucking buns. I noticed all the buns obviously on its like body and tail. Kind of looks like a Bismarck donut, and its ears and scruff, kind of like a collar of donuts, but its paws are like buns. That's great. Even better. I'm surprised its eyes aren't made out of like donut holes or something. But yeah, well-baked body, immune to fire, boosts your defense. It's great. Like, they added a bunch of new great abilities. And, well-baked body. Like, that's just, what a great name for a great dog. 11 out of 10, would cuddle forever. Then we have number 3. The cutest little kitty, Sprigatito. Aww. I love cats. Just like I love dogs. This one was a toss up of of who I wanted as number 3 or number 2, or number 3 or number 4, and it was a mix. It was a mix. I chose Sprigatito on my second playthrough. Meowscarada is awesome, but Sprigatito is just the cutest. Definitely the cutest of the 3 starters. All those pretty debatable. They're all pretty cute. But it's just so great. Plus Meowscarada, Grass Dark, great typing. Great typing. I love it. And it gets Protean as a hidden ability. Oh my god. But, cats are cute. Everybody loves cats. And if you don't love cats, then, well, I don't know. You must be not a good person if you don't like cats or dogs. But yeah, I have a soft spot for cats. I had a cat who lived to be like 18 years old. So yeah, I had him for the longest time. And if the Sprigatito on my other playthrough was a boy, I would have named him Tiger after my cat. But it was a girl, so I didn't give it a nickname. I don't think I nicknamed any of my Pokemon on my second playthrough. Because, it's off-stream second playthrough, so, why bother? Then we have number 2, the one, the only, and this was, again, tough of, the order, but I wanted to leave number 1 for a reason. But number 2, we have the one, the only, Palafin. I almost said it's pre-evolution of Finizen. The only difference, it's got a heart, but it's a dolphin. Again, same with the Flamingo. Took Game Freak 9 generations, over 20 years. I think 25 at this point. Over 1,000 Pokemon later. Which, by the way, they released a video called 1008, because that's how many Pokemon are in there now. I watched the video, expecting something to be like, Pokemon Home update now coming to Scarlet and Violet, and Pokemon Legends Arceus soon. Nope, I watched the whole thing. It was good, 10-ish minutes, something like that. And all it said at the end was, "Did you catch them all?" And then it just abruptly ended. I was like, the fuck? Waste of my time. It was cute. It started from red and blue and yellow and going all the way up to Scarlet and Violet and stuff, showcasing more of the new Pokemon, obviously, but still. But, as cute as Palafin is, there's a reason why he's number 2. And it's because, look at this Chad. Look at him. He has base 160 attack. I knew it was high, but when I actually looked at the stats, it's like, goddamn. Base 160 attack is like tied for the highest attack stat. It's like all Pokemon. He's a fucking Chad. It's standing on his flippers. Hang on. You got cute little innocent. Like, oh, I'm a friendly dolphin. Do you want to play? I will fuck you up just for looking at me wrong, type of thing. Like, this dude slaps your ass, or slaps your girl's ass. What do? Fucking nothing. You can't. I mean, you could. Just, I don't know why you're in the water when dolphins are known to, want to have sex with anything that moves. So just don't go in the water, and you don't have to worry about this Chad coming up on you. Except he can go on land, so you still have to worry. But it's just, what a fucking Chad. The heart, opens up, and now it's just fucking, basically, chest hair, and it's just, at first, when my Finizen evolved, and again, the only difference between Finizen and Palafin is there's a heart on the bottom of Palafin. And I was like, that's it? But then it's fucking 0 to hero ability, where it becomes this fucking Chad. I was like, I was right putting you on the team. Everybody on stream was like, dolphins aren't nice. They're very, very mean and aggressive and just want to fuck. And I'm like, look, don't doubt the dolphin. And I didn't doubt the dolphin. And I'm glad I didn't. But this Dublin fucks. And number 1. It is the one, the only, Skeledirge. Now, I love Toy Coco. You know, I still love Toy Coco, obviously. You know, I was, like, it's, Crocolore, the pre-evolution, very skeptical. I was worried. I was like, man, how do you go from a cute little gator to Crocolore, where it has, like, an egg nest on its head and, like, a goofy-looking alligator crocodile. I was like, man, I was so worried when it was fucking got to, like, 36 or something. Whatever it was for Skeledirge Evolve. And it was evolving. I closed my eyes, and I was like, please don't be dumb. Please don't be dumb. And then this came out, and I was like, oh, thank God. I like that the egg hatched into a Firebird. It's Fire Ghost. So again, kind of like Sarah Rouge. But a Fire Ghost starter is technically first if you don't count his Sway and Typhlosion. Which, until we can bring Pokemon from Arceus to the main series, this is the only Fire Ghost starter. So great, very, very high special attacker. Oh yeah. Oh no, I did mention that yeah, Dashbuns. I didn't mention Dashbun stats. Pretty fast for dog. And pretty good attack. And very good defense. And again, with that well-baked body, just get hit by a fire attack, boom, your defense goes up, and you're immune. It's great. It's great. But yeah, so Skeledirge here, very high special attack. Torch Song, its signature move, raises the special attack every time, and it's like 80 base power to start. Oof, real good, real good. But yeah, I love the little bird, and also use the little bird to attack. With the Torch Song, it sets up like a mic, and the little bird is like the microphone, and it flies at the opponent. It's great, and it's I can't remember what the story's called, but it's basically like this, where there's a crocodile with a bird on its snout, and like the bird helps the alligator cross or something, while the alligator is like swimming across the water, and it can't open its mouth, you know, to eat the bird, because then it'll drown or something. Maybe that's why it's part ghost, because it tried to do that and then died with the bird, and the bird is like, now we're both dead. Way to go, you asshole. But yeah, very cute little burb, and amazing ass gator. You know, glad Crocolore evolved into something badass, or he would not be on the list. That's for sure. But he is number 1 because I always love the fire starters. You know, every time. Like I said, Sprigatito would have been my first, but I always go with the fire starter. Ever since my boy Charmander became fucking a badass fire dragon, I was like, yep, fire starter all the way. And I haven't been wrong yet. No, I don't. Emboar, maybe. Maybe Emboar was disappointing because it was like the 3rd fucking firefighting in a row. Or no, 2nd. No, yeah, 3rd. Blaziken, Infernape, yeah. But still. So now, we're going to do the Paradox ones of both Scarlet and Violet. So we have number 5. And these ones, I've only used a couple. And by used, I mean caught. But, you know, it was a hard pick. I mean, there's like 14, I think, or at least over a dozen. So half of them didn't make the list, unfortunately. And I didn't want to do a top 10 of just Paradox because, again, that'd be basically every Paradox and stuff. But yeah, so the top 5 of the Paradox, we have, to start us off, Iron Valiant. Basically, it looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Cosplayer. It's got like the dual discs, 2 of them. It can duel 2 people at once. Got like Seto Kaiba vibe with the cape. But it is fairy fighting, which I believe is a unique type. I don't know of any other fairy fighting types. There's a lot of, you know, mixed types with fighting, and there's a lot of mixed with fairy. But I don't think there's ever been a fairy fighting type yet. There's been fairy psychics a lot. Gardevoir is fairy psychic. And Gallade, which Iron Valiant is a Violet exclusive. It's futuristic. It's a mix of Gallade and Gardevoir. So it's got the fairy typing from Gardevoir and the fighting type from Gallade, who's normally psychic fighting. So yeah, it's great. It's great. Also, one thing to note, I like, and also, like, I think I mentioned this before on my last, on my previous stream, but all the Violets, Paradox Pokemon, all start with Iron in their name. So we got Iron Valiant, and there's another, one other one on the list. That's from Violet. But yeah, they're all Iron something, which is pretty cool. I mean, because they're all futuristic. So they probably would be made with iron or created or just evolved to have iron and stuff. Which you think also that with it being iron in its name, they'd all be part steel. But they're not. They just look like it. Maybe they should have had tri-typings and all be part steel as well. Like, I mean, that'd just be too complicated probably. You start throwing 3 types in and you just, you know, it'd be rough. Then the fucking whole metagame would change and the whole fucking type system would just get fucked and switched around and just spun on its head. But yeah, you know, again, this is a Violet, so I won't be able to get it unless somebody trades one to me. Haha, wink wink, nudge nudge. But I just, again, love the type, love the look. You know, it's incredible. Then, number 4. And some of these, I had my number 4, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm only doing 5. And I was like, I know who my number 1 is, and number 2. You know, and who I want my number 3 to be. For sure, definite. So, you know, this one, it took a little bit. I wanted Iron Valiant because of the typing, and, like, I love the look. But, you know, this one won out against, like, its competitors kind of for one reason. So we have Roaring Moon, which, sick fucking name, alright? Just, like, yeah, all the iron whatever Pokemon are cool. I like that they're all iron something, you know, like, unique. They all have a metal look. But, come on, the Scarlet one, the names are just fucking... just Roaring Moon? Like, come on. Also, I like that the Paradox Pokemon, you know, may not even be Pokemon, in quotes. And they all have, like, 2 words in their name. They have, like, a first and a last name, basically. Like, oh, hi, I'm Mr. Roaring Moon. Nice to meet you. Or Miss Roaring Moon, or Mrs., you know. She's married, who knows? You know. Like, yeah, some Pokemon could maybe, like Mr. Mon, I guess, technically. But, you know, it's like Roaring Space Moon. Just complete sense. But the reason why Mr. or Mrs. Roaring Moon here went out, very reminiscent of Mega Salamence, which people memed on Mega Salamence because it looked kind of like a big boomerang. But this is basically what Mega Salamence looks like. And, you know, I doubt they're going to bring Megas back. Especially if they have Paradox Pokemon now. Which I'm pretty sure their stats are just like their normal ones. Just switched around and different typings. This is Dragon Dark compared to regular Salamence, which is Dragon Flying. And Mega Salamence is also just Dragon Flying. I think. It's been a while. But it's still reminiscent of Megas, which I miss, you know, from X and Y and Oris and stuff. They'll never come back. I think I've, you know, finally can live with that fact. Not happy about it, but I can live with that fact. But seeing Roaring Moon, I was like, man, it's like Mega Salamence is back already. Except they'll never be back. In before Gen 10 or man, well, they probably wouldn't do a 3rd version. They haven't done a 3rd version since Platinum. Wow. Yeah, so 5 generations later. I haven't done a third version game. So, but in before Gen 10, they bring back Megas. But then we have number 3, who, and this one, what was a toss-up of which one? Because some of the Paradox Pokemon got more than, or some Pokemon got 2 Paradox forms, a past and a future. But between the two, I had to go with Great Tusks. I love Donphan. I used Donphan on Crystal until my save file got corrupted, and then we weren't able to continue. But just in general, Phanpy is cute. It's a little elephant. Donphan's great. Great Tusk is a greater, bigger Donphan. Ground Fighting, which is pretty cool typing. I'm sure there's ground fighting types. I just can't think of it. And the Violet version of Iron Treads is Ground Steel, which has been done a few times. Steelix, to name one. I know there's more, but yeah, Great Tusks. Like, look at that. Those tusks clearly are great. They're basically almost curving in to himself, which I know, I can't remember what the breed of elephant is, but I imagine they like that, where they curve so much that they fucking like pierce their own skulls because they get so big and sharp. It's fucked, but Great Tusk here is great. I love that of the Titans you fight, depending on the version you play, is actually different. If you play Violet, you fight in Iron Treads. And then you find out later in Area Zero, like, oh, this is where the fuck it came from. It got out, ate some Herba Mystica, became super duper big. So it's great. The introduction to the Paradox Pokemon in-game is a Donphan, past or present. Or past or future. Not present. Yeah. Number 2, had to give it up to good, old, adorable Flutter Maine. Now, surprisingly, there wasn't a Honchkrow variant. And again, this is Scarlet. I think I mentioned Roaring Moon is Scarlet as well. Great Tusk, like I said, is obviously Scarlet. Iron Treads is Violet. But this is Scarlet exclusive. But normally, ever since Gen 2, Murkrow and Mischievous have always been considered like counterparts. They're always version exclusives. They're still version exclusives to Scarlet and Violet. You get Murkrow and Scarlet, and you get Mischievous and Violet. They both were just base evolutions. They didn't evolve till Gen 4. They both got an evolution, evolving with the same item, a Dust Stone. Murkrow became Honchkrow, Mischievous became Mismagius. But yet, for some reason, Mischievous got a Paradox form, but poor Murkrow did not. Which, if there was a past or present version of Murkrow, it would have been on the list. Easily. It probably would replace Great Tusks or something. But I went with Flutter Maine here because its name is fucking Flutter Maine. It literally, if it was called Flutter's Maine, that's basically my dog. My dog basically is a Pokemon. Except, Flutter's is obviously way cuter than this thing. This thing is powerful, though. It's, I don't know all their stats for sure, because I've never, this is one of the few that I caught. But it has insanely high special attack, speed, and special defense. All the Paradox Pokemon are just fucking monsters. They're all monsters. They're Pokemon, pocket monsters. But this, when I caught it and I saw the stats, I was like, holy shit. Them some stats. I believe Great Tusk has very high attack and defense, for sure. Roaring Moon, I'm assuming attack? I don't know, and probably speed, because it looks very aerodynamic. But then we have, and if anybody knows me, and of how much I talk about two Pokemon are my favorite. One is Charizard, and of course they weren't going to give Charizard, a Paradox form, like, because then everybody would be like, yo, what the fuck, what about Venusaur and Blastoise? And fuck them. Charizard's the best. Can easily beat Blastoise or Venusaur. But the other one that I talk about, who was going to be on my team until I found out that the Paradox forms weren't an evolution and a post-game thing, and it's alright, so without further ado, let us showcase, and again, anybody who's, heard me talk about Pokemon at all, you know who this last one is for the Paradox. Let's get it. The one, the only, the almighty, the Omega, the incredible Iron Thorns. Like, oh man. Beautiful. It's just mwah, chef's kiss, just top of the line, basically Mecha Godzilla, as everybody has known to call it. It's just Mecha Godzilla. It's just, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. It's Rock Electric, which I believe, I want to say maybe is unique. I can't really think of another Rock Electric off the top of my head. Maybe a Alolan Geodude family. They're either Rock Electric or Ground Electric. Maybe they are Rock Electric, but I mean they're not. No freaking Iron Thorns, aka Paradox Future Tyranitar. Like, oh man, it's just it's so beautiful. It's just, I've stared at this for 3 hours now. Type of beautiful, it's just. You gotta love it. It's, the fact that everything is coated in metal, except his feet kind of look like they're not. Maybe they are a bit, but it's just. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I've yet to, I got one traded. Same with Iron Hands, who wasn't on the list, but another Violet, who's really good for raids, by the way. Iron Hands, it's like fighting electric, I think. Just incredible for raids. I was doing a bunch of Terra raids, higher level ones, and I saw at least one Iron Hands almost every time when I was playing with people online. It's just really good, I guess. But Iron Thorns here is just the cream of the crop. It's just, I don't even know if it's good competitively. I didn't really look at stats or anything yet. I'm assuming really high attack. It's what Tyranitar is. Probably really high defense too. I mean, he's made out of metal. But yeah, that is the list. I could stare at this for hours. But I got things to do, so I can't. I could, but I can't. I mean, I could, but I shouldn't. But yeah, so thank you all for, watching again. This was the top 10 list of the new Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, along with the top 5 Paradox forms. Honestly, the Paradox forms of Paradox Pokemon are a great addition. I really hope in the DLC that will inevitably come out, because, I mean, Scarlet and Violet sold fucking a gajillion copies in like a day. Like, it's just fastest selling Pokemon game, fastest selling exclusive for Nintendo and just any console. It's just 10 million copies in 3 days. It's just bananas, So the DLC will inevitably come out. If Sword and Shield got 2 pieces of DLC, there's no way Scarlet and Violet won't. But yeah. Also, I like that the 2 legendary mascots are on the cover, and neither of them made the list. I mean, Miraidon, the Violet one, is pretty cool. I didn't, don't have it or used it because I have Scarlet, but still, using the mascots would be a little too obvious. But yeah, so thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. And again, there will be a second video kind of like this. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but, I don't want this to be the one of the week when this is supposed to come out like last week and stuff. But yeah, so thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed my list. Leave a comment. Let me know your top 10. I might even do like a top 5 least favorite or top 10 least favorite in another video. Because, I mean, yeah, a lot of them are pretty cool, but there's some that I just don't like for other reasons, But yeah, so leave a comment. Let me know, how much my list stacks up to yours. If my paradox forms were, too obvious, or if they're the same as everybody's. Or just let me know your top Pokemon overall, or your top paradox, from Scarlet and Violet. I read every comment I get. I respond like every comment I get. So yeah, let me know. Let me know your list. And thank you for watching. It'd mean a lot if you'd share this video around through like Discord or just friends and things like that. It'd mean a lot to me. And I will see you for the next one. Take care. Bye.